Good morning, John Carter, your broker here with Storm Fletcher.
Good morning.
From Richard Robbins International. So we're very excited. We're going to be launching a 10-week program. It's called Master's Formula. So we've been meeting with them today, getting everything organized. It's going to start on Tuesday, March 5th and run for 10 weeks. So cost is about $500. And details will follow as far as some prizes and stuff for those people that complete the 10-week program. And we really know there's a lot of our agents that are in coaching with them, and they're free, right?
Yeah, coaching clients can participate in the training complimentary.
Awesome. So we know how many people are having success with Richard Robbins programs, and that's why we wanted to bring them in. So maybe Storm, tell us a little bit about who this is for and what they can expect to get as far as benefits out of it.
Sure. So one of the things that I really, I get asked this question all the time, who is this training good for? The training is good for everybody because we all know that training on its own, self-directed learning is really ineffective because we're always going to lean into what it is that we want to do rather than what it is that we need to do. Right. So the power of the facilitation of the training for this is the collaboration, the conversation, the discussions that are going to take place in the classroom. So it's good for everybody. When you think of training, I always say, think of it this way. If you've lived in the same home for 2 or 3 years, you've worked in the same office for 2 or 3 years, we can sometimes go into autopilot. We'll get up in the morning, we go to our same coffee shop for coffee every morning, we drive the same way to work, and without realizing it, we almost put blinders on. Mm-hmm. And so training offers you the ability to all of a sudden look right, and maybe you discover a road that you've never seen before that gets you there 10 minutes faster. So it really gives you the opportunity to be introspective and really have a look at what you're currently doing in business. Mm-hmm. But the magical piece of this, guys, I travel around North America. This is what I do. And I've got brokers that I go to and I'm begging them, would you please do something for your agents? When you actually have a brokerage who gives a crap about you and is saying, let us bring this to you, it's rare. So facilitated training where you're collaborating with your peers is magical. And it's good for all levels. If I'm talking to you about database is relevant whether you're new, seasoned, or leaving the business. But my discussion around it and the tactics that you're going to take away are where the change happens.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. So I think the idea of this is we want to get as many people as possible. If we need to run 2 separate programs, we will. But the idea is that it's for everyone. We're timing it at this point in the year in the spring market because it'll work as a bit of a sales push as well. And one of the discussions we had kind of in preparation of the video was that you'll get as much out of it for giving and contributing. I'm a big believer of that. I mean, anytime I've ever taught something to someone, I get more benefit out of it than the recipient does because you get a more intrinsic understanding of what you're talking about. And how many times have you then teach somebody something and go, wait, why am I not doing that?
Yes. Or so often as well, I will find that the question will come. So, okay, well, I've done that, or I've heard that before, or whatever it may be. And it honestly, if you sit back and you look at it, John, it's about saying, okay, I've heard it. How well am I doing it? Mm-hmm. And when you come from that place of contribution, so what am I going to get out of it? Nothing. How can I contribute? Totally changes your perspective. Right. Because when we're looking to get something, and you will get something out of it. Yeah. It's not, you're not going to get nothing, but come from that place of contribution, right. And it changes the mindset. Mm-hmm. Whenever I facilitate a training, I always say, when you walk into the room, I want the question that you're going to ask, how can I contribute to this group in a powerful way? So the number one way that you do that is, I know homework is stupid, guys. I get it. I don't like homework either. But when we actually start to implement, how many times have you written a list? Mm-hmm. Well, maybe not you in particular because you're very, very, very focused, but you write a list and you go, these are all the things that I want to get done today. Mm-hmm. And then you check one thing off, you feel better about yourself, and the 9 things that you really needed to do, and the one thing that you didn't was make your hair appointment.
Right. Or more so, I mean, actually, there's a lot of our realtors that I think are prone to this as well, and that I do, is I'll make way too big of a list.
Yes.
So I put 63 things on the list and think, yeah, I'm sure I can get all this done this week, and then I don't feel accomplished when I only got 15 done, even though there were probably very good things in it where you prioritize your time.
You bet. Yeah. And back to what we said in the beginning, as a nature, guys, especially when we've had success doing something, we tend to depend on it too much, John. Mm-hmm. So we lean into what it is that we want to do rather than being over here doing things that we need to do. And nobody likes change. We all resist change. But over here, on the things we're not used to doing is where the greatest impact in our business happens.
So just like the January sales meeting, we talked about who moved my cheese. That's exactly what we're talking about right now. So reach out.
My cheese.
Yeah, reach out if you have questions, and we're going to be launching the sign-ups and everything right away here. And if there's support mechanisms you need as far as looking at how to fund it and how to pay for it and things like that, we know you'll see success from this. So we're happy to support as always with that. But thanks very much for coming in today. And,
You're welcome.
We're looking forward to launching
Excited
the program.
about this, guys. I'm at your resource and at your disposal as well. So if you've got some heavy hitter questions that you want to know about the program, you can give me a call, shoot me an email, and I'm happy to answer as well.
Awesome.